guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Mod My Floor. Not with us though. We're going to bring some excitement to this video. We're going to go talk to John Miller. So let's go talk to him about this Mod My Floor. But before we go real fast, it's kind of cool, huh? You get to put it all over your...
pretty neat, man. I mean, it makes your garage floor, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you can paint or you can put Mod My Floor down. But there's some questions that I have, but let's go ask Miller all about them. Let's flip it over to you. What's up, John?
What's up, Dan?
Hey, Big Bird and Oscar, thanks for the introduction. Today I'm really excited to talk to you and show you my flooring option that I went with for my garage remodel this year. This was a big production for me. It was about a 4-month project, and this is the centerpiece. This flooring here is what made everything worthwhile, all the hard work. Best decision I've made in a long time. Absolutely love this stuff. So this is some flooring by Mod My Floor, and let me get off this flooring here and we'll talk about it a little closer. All right, let's talk about this flooring in a little detail. This tile is called the drain through tile from a website called Mod My Floor. This was a very new product when I got it. There was only 2 colors available, light gray and black, and now there is 5 colors. I believe there's going to be more in the future here too. But here's my background on this. I wanted to redo my garage floor and the whole garage. And the garage floor, this house is over 60 years old. The flooring is all pitted, it's been painted on, it's dirty. It's always dirty when you walk on it. It just feels grimy, gritty. You could power wash it and a couple days later it's dirty again. So I wanted to come up with a good option to give this whole floor a facelift along with this whole area. We like to watch football here on Mondays, sometimes college football out here. So this is going to be a workbench area, which I was able to put in. This is a TV watching area for the guys and parking the car. So I need something to fit everything. Well, first thing I thought of was epoxy. And the epoxies that you buy at Home Depot, quite a few people put it in and they're excited at first, and within a year or two, they're disappointed. I have yet to hear anybody be excited about their epoxy floor that they put in. It's basically a glorified paint and it comes off, not a big fan of it. So what, you can put a couple speckles and flicks in it, who cares? So I started doing a search for epoxy floor on the internet and I wasn't coming up with a lot. So I put in epoxy alternatives, kept searching, and these guys showed up. Started looking at them and I was really intrigued. Epoxy floors, for one thing, takes you a long time to put them in. I didn't want to have to go through with a muriatic acid cleaning, getting everything out of here, spraying it, drying it, patching cracks, and hoping that it takes. This fit everything that I wanted to do. I wanted something fast, something low maintenance, something easy to clean. It checks all those boxes. Now, the first question I get on these is when my friends see, like, can you drive on it? Well, that's what it's made for. These are made for garages and work areas to take a beating. And these tiles are only like 1.25 pounds a piece. They're made of polypropylene copolymer, very hard plastic. And as you can see by this overlay, no problem pulling a car in and out of it, parking on it. That's what they're made for. As a matter of fact, when you see car showrooms or car collectors, these are the type tiles that they're using. So now the one thing nice about this tile, well, a whole bunch of nice things, but right off the bat, they call it a drain through tile. And the reason is all these little slits and slots in here allow water to drain, or oil or anything kind of mess you make is going to drain through this tile. Now, the real ingenious part of this is on the back side of the tile here, there are little channels for the water to go to a drain. They follow the channels and they'll go to the drain. Now, if you have a low spot in here, which I have a low spot in this part of the garage, so if I get water over here, it's not going to make it to my floor drain. But since it's got all these channels and all this area available to it, it can be dried over time with the airflow into the tile. So even if it sits there for a little bit, it's not going to sit there indefinitely and mold and get all yucky. Now, one nice thing about these is putting them over a drain. I have a drain over here. Looks like it's perfectly flat, but these are flexible enough to twist and bend and take a little bit of pressure. So if I step on that drain there, it'll flex, doesn't break. Another thing, chemical resistant. If you are using it in a garage, you have an oil leak or you change oil and spill it, it's not going to damage this. It'll take oils and gasolines and easy to clean up. You can just mop it up, power wash it up. If you get stuff underneath it, like sawdust or brake dust or something, you can either vacuum through it with a shop vac or a regular vacuum and pull it up through the drain holes, or you could actually lift the tiles up. That's what's genius about this, is these interlocking pieces. You can just use yourself a paint can opener, get underneath it, do it carefully. Don't yank in that because you could break little pieces of this plastic off. You take your time, they all unsnap. You can remove individual pieces or whole sections. So let's say you spill Coca-Cola underneath there and it's gonna be sticky and you don't want ants in your garage. You can pop that little piece up, actually clean that part of the floor and move on. Super nice deal. Now, let's talk about price on this. I got a friend who's doing a 3-car garage remodel right now. He's putting on a new flooring. He called a professional service to have them put in an epoxy floor for him. They quoted him a price of about $4,000 for a 3-car garage. I happened to show him this product. I showed him my garage. Went home, made the phone call, ordered the tiles that night. I believe it cut the price down to $1,500. So he can do his entire 3-car garage, $1,500, $2,000 out the door. You order them, they deliver them to your house, great big stack of them, and you install it yourself. Now here's the really cool part. Installation of this garage took me no more than 3 hours. That was by myself, and kind of a learning curve on this, snapping it all together. There is some great videos on the website that shows you how to install it. Basically, you make your first 3 rows, snap them together, close your garage door, slide it up against, and then keep going from there. Really quickly, I was able to move on this. About an hour it took me to cut the edges. So wherever you need a smaller tile, you'll have to cut it. And that's easily done with a jigsaw, a common jigsaw, or I was using, for my flat cuts, I used a 12-inch miter sliding miter saw. I would cut part of it and then have to move it over and cut the other part. Super easy. Couldn't be happier. So, price on this, for a tile like this, I believe at the website right now it's like $4.27 for a tile, which comes down to $2.48 a square foot. So gives you an idea what it's going to cost you to do this. As you can see on this floor, I have a little design. I kept it simple, kind of like a car, racing stripes. But they have a designer on their website that you can go in, play with it, and come up with a pattern or something that works for you. And when you get it all out, you can send them this pattern and say, this is what I want, here's my square footage, and you can go from there. So you can design your own garage on their website. Piece of cake. Like I said, couldn't be happier about this. Love this product. I've had it in here now for about 3 months, 4 months. Ecstatic. The only downside I can say with this, and it's a very small one, is it's not so much slippery, this floor is, but in part of this project I was making cabinets and whatnot. If I took and stood plywood up on it, I had to keep it fairly vertical because there is not a lot of friction on here. So even though it's not slippery to walk on, even when it's wet, it's not bad. For some reason, wood or lawn chairs, whenever you lean up like this, if you've got a little bit of an angle, it could slide out from you. Only downfall. Everything else is absolutely perfect. I would highly recommend this to anybody. And you get a chance, go to their website, check out what they got. If you're ever thinking about redoing your garage, giving it a facelift, getting a showroom quality, my opinion, heads and tails better than epoxy. So if you got any questions, oh, one more thing. They also have edging. So a transition strip, so when you drive into their garage, you have a nice transition. You don't hit the front lip of this. Also, they have some corner pieces and some other accessories too. They have motorcycle mats. So if you just want to have a place for your motorcycle in your garage to sit on it, you can do that. But low maintenance, beautiful. I've had all my neighbors coming down and everybody wants one. So like I said, if you're looking to redo your garage, go over to modmyfloor.com and take a look. And hopefully this helps you out, gives you some ideas for your garage area. And until next time, I'm John from Tools in Action. Talk to you later.
Remember, for more exciting tool action, go to toolsinaction.com.